In a historic vote, the Senate approves the Republican balanced budget plan. A new CBS News New York Times poll shows Colin Powell leading the Republican presidential field, and another bad day at Buckingham Palace. Who's that talking to the Queen?
Good evening, Your Majesty.
Hello.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
This is the CBS Evening News. And this is Bob Schieffer reporting. Good evening. Well, it took all day and night to do it, but early today the Senate finally approved the so-called reconciliation bill, a long and complicated piece of legislation that touches almost every facet of American life and seeks to balance the nation's financial books. It passed on straight party lines. Every Republican in the Senate except Cohen of Maine voted for it. All the Democrats voted against it. It took a record 39 roll call votes to dispose of all the amendments. The old record of 34 was set during the 1965 civil rights debate. But when the final vote came, some senators had been on the floor for more than 16 hours.
52 yeas, 47 nays. The bill is agreed to.
It was shortly after midnight when it finally happened, but with that, the Senate passed the bill Republicans believe will balance the budget in 7 years, cut taxes, and overhaul Medicare, Medicaid, and welfare. It was a sweet moment for the Republican leader, Bob Dole.
There hasn't been a vote like this in my time in the United States Congress that will fundamentally change the direction of America, whether it's balancing the budget or cutting taxes or preserving Medicare or having real welfare reform.
To the surprise of no one, the leader of the Senate Democrats saw no good in it.
We agree with those who call this vote historic. This legislation represents the biggest rollback of health benefits to seniors and lower-income families in American history.
From the start, Daschle and the other Democrats argued the overhaul would wreck Medicare and hurt the poor. And in today's radio address, the president said, unless there are big changes, he'll veto the bill for sure.
Back off your cuts in these vital areas. Until you do, there's nothing for us to talk about.
Nice keep up the good work and keep doing what's right.
In Newt Gingrich's home district today, they did not share the president's irritation. One reason, perhaps, the Republican speaker brushed off the veto threat.
If he wants to negotiate between now and the time we get done, we're available. If he wants to sit over there and play games, we'll get the job done. We'll have done our job. The burden will then be on the president to explain why he's vetoing something he has refused to work on.
And there it stands. Once the House and Senate work out the differences in the bills they've passed, it will go to the White House for that pre-announced veto, and only then will the two sides begin the serious negotiations for a compromise. Well, we're joined now in our Washington bureau by the top economic advisor at the White House, Laura DeAndrea Tyson. Dr. Tyson, I think a lot of people wonder why waste time going through all this? Why not just negotiate a compromise now?
It is important to emphasize, and the president was absolutely clear on this, there are major differences between our approach to balancing the budget and their approach. Until they back off of their devastating cuts in health care, their devastating and misguided cuts in education and training, their imposition of tax increases on working American families to the tune of $148 billion of tax increases over 7 years, there's nothing to negotiate about. This is a misguided budget which will take the results which the economy has seen over the past 3 years, results of 7.5 million jobs, a combined unemployment and inflation rate at a low, a 25-year low, and will undermine those results. So until they're willing to back off of these plans of theirs, there's nothing to negotiate about.
Of course, in an effort to make this harder for the president to veto, the Republicans are threatening to tie all this to pending legislation to authorize the government to borrow more money. Without that authority, of course, the government can't keep operating. Is the president really willing to risk that?
Again, the president could not have been clearer in his comments today. If they want to hold the nation hostage to their priorities and present